test, and for my final, we're going to be talking about poverty and hunger. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, there were 1,872,000 people in the U.S. living in poverty. That is nearly 12% of the American population. Poverty affects every state, and there is no country in the United States that doesn't have poverty living within it. In some states, the level of poverty is getting better. In other states, it's sadly getting worse. In 2010, the 5 states with the highest percent of their population living in poverty were 1. Mississippi, 2. District of Columbia, 3. New Mexico, 4. Louisiana, and 5. Arkansas. Jersey is actually 3rd out of 5 with the lowest poverty. In 2010, 15.1% of all persons lived in poverty. The poverty rate in 2010 was the highest poverty rate since 1993. Between 1993 and 2000, the poverty rate fell each year, reaching 11.3% in 2000. 45 million Americans were living in poverty in 2009. The U.S. poverty rate is now the 3rd worst among developed nations tracked by the OECD. Households' participation in the food stamp programs has increased 20.28% since last year. The number of Americans on food stamps surpassed 41 million for the first time ever in June. As of June, the number of Americans on food stamps had set a new all-time record for 19 consecutive months. 1 out of every 7 mortgages in the United States was either delinquent or in foreclosure during the first quarter of 2010. Nearly 10 million Americans now receive unemployment insurance, which is almost 4 times as many as in 2007. Now, we're going to be talking about hunger. Did you know that 15.2 million Americans, including 17.2 million children, are hungry and do not have enough food to eat on a regular basis, or don't have the money or assistance to get enough food to maintain active, to have a healthy life? More than 16 million children in America are at a risk of hunger. That's more than 1 in 5. 30% of households with seniors indicated that they have to choose between food and medical care, and 35% have to choose between food and paying for heat/utilities. Nearly 1 million seniors living alone do not have enough food to eat on a regular basis, or rely on food banks and charities. Hungry adults miss more work and consume more health care than those who don't go hungry. Kids who experience hunger are more likely to suffer from anxiety, depression, behavior problems, and other illness. In the U.S., hunger isn't caused by a lack of food, but rather the continued prevalence of poverty. 40% of food is thrown out in the U.S. every year, or about 165 billion worth. All of this uneaten food could feed 25 million Americans. The truth is, hunger and poverty is all around us, even right here in the United States, and it affects more people than we would like to believe. going to interview a homeless person that's been here for more than 10 years. She has been trying to get out of the situation, but it's been very, very difficult for her. She does not want to show her face during this interview. When did you get here?
I've been here for 10 years.
How'd you get here?
I got here because I lost my house. I lost my job. I lost my family. I have no one.
Why?
Everything happened after 9/11. I used to have a stable job, but then everything closed. My factory closed. Nobody wants to hire me because I have no school and I have no other jobs. I guess that being also from the Spanish population doesn't help me either. It's been very difficult to find jobs. So I start drinking, and now sometimes I spend 3 or 4 days without eating. I go to restaurants, and when they close, I look in the garbage and I get something to eat from there. I did apply for housing in Section 8, where there is a long waiting list. It's been very difficult for me to start all over again. People sometimes just walk in front of me and they laugh. It's not easy, this situation.